So here we are in Hellingly with a double blind trail. There's a little map. The blue is the trail layer and red is Kaiser. So he starts off well. You can see nicely following the trail. Deviates slightly. I think the wind is sort of pushing the scent from the top of the picture to the bottom. So he gives me a couple of negatives down some streets. Which is the red. You can see Kaiser. And then he gets back on trail, joins the trail, carries straight on, goes down a street, overshoots slightly, but gives me a couple of negatives, gets back on the trail, round the corner, little bit of a negative, and then onward to the flag and finds his trail layer.
Yeah.
So this is the trail, and it's a double blind trail, so both myself and Jane don't know where the trail is. So there's a glove there. We're going to do a 180 degree-ish start, so get Kaiser to sniff the glove in the opposite direction to where the trail starts. Get him to sniff it, and then hopefully he'll spin right round and get on the trail. So just getting him to sit, adjusting my lead, and then I'll take him up to the glove, tell him to sniff, and then trail, and straight away he spins right round and gets on the trail. And a bit of a sniff and a bit of a wee en route. Not sure whether he actually wheeze on the trail. So if he's going in the right direction, if he's kind of marking the trail, or just weeing like a normal adolescent dog, or adolescent-ish dog at every dog wee he comes to. It's probably the latter, but who knows. So he's on trail. This is a 450 metre trail. It was meant to be 250, but Ellie got a bit carried away, and Maggie, they got a bit carried away. Weren't sure how to use the app, and so it ended up being a 450 metre trail. So an urban trail through sort of residential streets. So he's bang on trail at the moment. Head down, sniffing, and he's going to the grass bits where the scent is more likely to have stuck to. So here he looks over the road, and the trail layers did go where that van came out of. So to the left, the trail layers went that way. So he kind of comes round this way a bit. He gets distracted with the people in the van. Goes over and says hello.
Work on.
Goes this way.
Work on.
Now he's looking across the road, wants to go across the road there, then comes back.
Okay, this is a big decision actually.
Wants to go across the road. Interestingly, he sat for sort of Maggie there.
Ah, that's interesting, isn't it?
Work on.
I tell him to work on. He knows what he needs to do, and he knows the correct scent. He's just trying to get treats. He sits for Jane as well, who's got the Ellie's glove with the scent on it, so we give him another sniff of that. So he's off trail at the moment, but it was an interesting trail for me, because you have to trust your dog. You have to look for the signals, look for the signs when they give you a negative indication. So Kaiser's having a little explore around here, and he's giving me some negative indications, telling me it's not this way. So his head's high, he's looking, so it's not that way. Good negative indication there. Negative indication that way. And that way. Then he picks up some lady dog wee and starts drooling.
Work on.
So I give him just a few corrections, trying to get him off it. And now he's drooling like crazy, with his jaw chattering. So again, I don't know which way this trail is. and neither does Jane.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't
Good
know,
boy.
but Jane doesn't know. So usually, you know, if you're going off piste a
He's
little
just
bit,
sniffing wee at the
she can
moment.
sort of help you. You know, help some of the novice dogs. So again, I'm just letting him work, letting the line out where I can. If I see any cars, then obviously I shorten the line. And I can see he's just sniffing. He's just sniffing for wee. He's not really on the trail.
Hey, work on.
So I tell him, you know, I think, well, I overused work on a little bit in this video. He knows what he needs to do. So again, his head's up. He's looking for the scent. Well, trying to sniff for the scent. And he gets back on trail in a minute. So again, I'm just giving him enough line to work, and he's back on trail now. Well, I'm not sure, so I'm giving him enough line just to see if I can read him. So he's looking straight ahead there, so I'm kind of thinking it's straight ahead. But again, giving him that line, just allowing him an opportunity to work the air, and he heads off in that direction. He gave me a couple of head flicks in that direction, looking straight ahead. So I kind of thought it was straight ahead. So he's pulling a lot stronger, and I'm thinking, yeah, he's definitely on trail. Bit of a negative down there. Giving him enough line, just letting him work. So he goes off trail here again, but you know, I don't know where it is, so I'm giving him enough line just to let him work, let him figure it out. He sees a cat in a minute. I have to give him a bit of a correction. Don't want him chasing after a cat. So here I can see he's just sniffing for wee. He's not on the trail. I think, you know, he knows where he needs to go. Gives me a negative down there. So I know it's not straight on. So he gets back on the trail. Left here. You know, he gave me a couple of head flicks, so I knew it was left. Again, letting him work. He spots a cat, I think, in a minute. Fortunately, I was on the ball. Gives me a negative down that street. Negative there. He's got a junction to work out now. So he's looked two times to the left there. So I thought it was down that way. But again, just giving him an opportunity to work, for him to work out that it's not that way. So negative straight ahead, negative to the left. Back on the trail. Spots a little statue there, doesn't know what to make of it. Again, he's working well, pulling hard. Giving him enough line just for him to work out, and there we go. Gives me a nice sit. waiting for his reward for his clam.
Yes.
Give him his clam.
Lad.
So yeah, that was it was a tiring one for me because I'm having to work the dog and think about it. So it was quite mentally tiring for me. You know, tiring for the dog. But yeah, it's quite mentally tiring for me. But yeah, that was fantastic. Really good trail for Kaiser. I was really pleased, really impressed.
I know you want a squirrel, but
Yeah.
good for the trainer though.
We were going on, we were like, I was like, Kaiser's a bride, I'll give you
Yeah, he'll be fine. Yeah, he's fine. He should be here under river trails. Kaiser, well done you. Export. It's a good place to sit though, without being in somebody's front garden.
Yeah, looking a bit dodge. In a playground.
There were quite a lot of cats on the way.
Yeah, he did go.
Oh yeah, he went for one and then
Ginger one.
he went up to one.